Okay, here's the deal, guys. First off, my throat is hurting a little bit, so if I end up making it worse as the video goes on, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, today I think is going to be a video about, or like another crap Taylor's been through videos because I don't think I've done one in a while, and it's going to be about assholes that I've been through, like that I've like encountered in the last week. Or more or less last like 2 days. Um, Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, the first one was more assholish than the second one that I met yesterday. But yeah, I'll get right into it. So on Wednesday in my class, my teacher was like, "Yeah, since on Friday, like the next class period, I'm gonna let you guys pick your groups that I'm gonna let like have you guys in for like the rest of the semester. I'm gonna have you guys meet at least 6 people today." So that was pretty fun. The first 5 people, they were great. They're actually really nice, really fantastic, and then I meet this last person, and at first he seems very nice because he was like, "Hi, how are you?" Blah 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 blah, like the whole spiel that most people go through when they're first meeting somebody, or like first like forced to meet somebody. And then I was like, "Yeah, hi, I'm doing pretty good. My name is Taylor." Blah 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 blah. And or like I was like, "Oh, I'm feeling fantastic" or whatever, and he was like, "Why are you feeling fantastic?" And I'm like, "Oh, he seems nice. He wants to know about my life." And I'm like, "Honestly, there's no specific reason why I'm feeling good. I'm just feeling really good." And because, like, there's no really reason not to feel good right now. And he was like, "Oh, that's not a really real reason to feel fantastic right now. Because, like, honestly," and then I was like, "Well, that's not a reason not to feel fantastic." And we just kept going on and on like that, and then finally I gave in. Like my persistence finally just gave up and said, "Yeah, okay, I'm feeling okay. I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling terrible." And he's like, "Okay." And then I was like, "How are you?" Blah 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 blah. And then we kept going, and then about like halfway through the conversation, I was like, "Why did you come here to this college?" And or no, I don't even think I asked that. And I was like, "So how's college working out for you or whatever?" And he's like, "Socially or academically?" And I'm like, "Socially." And I feel like that was the worst decision of my life because he's like, "Yeah, I'm only here because I want a social life." And he's like, "Not to brag, but I'm pretty much a genius." And I'm sorry that I'm shifting a lot. But yeah, he's like, "I'm pretty much a genius." And I'm just like, "You arrogant little shit." And I'm like, "Oh my god, okay." And I was just like, "Yeah, not to brag, but uh, yeah." And then he was like, "I like partying and getting drunk, and he's like, "I just don't like staying sober." Um, yeah, and I was just like, "You know what? I like staying sober." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "So I can remember like the stupid, like drunk people, like who act ridiculous at parties. Like I'm guessing you." Um, and he's like, "Okay, that's good enough." And then I'd be like, "Yeah, you remember the way you acted at that party?" "Oh yeah, I know you don't because you blacked it out, and I remember because I was sober." And then there's like also a few other personal reasons why I don't like getting drunk. Like, well, for one reason, I'm not legal age, and like there's a few other reasons why I am turned away from alcohol, but that's besides the point. And okay, the second asshole, he wasn't even that much of an asshole, to be honest, because like I was in the wrong in this point, but like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have this like night class that starts at like 6 and then ends at 9. And I was like, I was walking home or walking back to my dorm with like this one girl who lives in my wing, and so we were like walking back, and we were almost like sent. Like I'm just kind of glad that my night class is like really close to my dorm room or whatever. So it's like a 5 minute walk, and we were like me and my friend were not having it, and we just like decided to cross the street without a sidewalk, and I know that's really forgotten upon, but we did it anyway. And there was this one guy who we were like right in the middle of the street when this happened, and he like kind of pulled up, and like I was sarcastically like, "Oh, thanks for not hitting us," and I didn't realize that he had his windows open. And as we got to the sidewalk, I heard him yell something, or not exactly yell, but kind of like sarcastically say something and then drive off. And I was like, went to like looked at my friend. I'm like, "What did he say?" And he's like, "He said sidewalk." And I was just like, "Ooh, that little shit." And I'm like at that time, I was just like, I wanted to smack him so bad. But then I started realizing I was completely in the wrong. Like, I needed to just go to a sidewalk, but there was no sidewalk to get across the street. Like, the closest sidewalk was like maybe about a block away, and it wasn't even like, it's not even like a block, like a legitimate block. It was just like the general distance between is about a block. But yeah, that's about it. Bye, guys.